Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum and the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar Umar Garbai-El-Kanemi have raised alarms over rising cases of Boko Haram and Iswap attacks in the state in recent years since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took over as Nigeria president. This, as the Borno State Governor ordered the arrest and prosecution of a man caught on camera allegedly molesting a minor, said to be one of the children sheltering in one of the internally displaced peoples camps, IDP, since the kid's father was assassinated by the Boko Haram insurgents. The Borno State Commissioner of Information and Internal Security, Professor Usman Tar, also at a press briefing to relay the resolutions of the expanded Borno State Security Council meeting held at the Government House Maiduguri on Tuesday, the 8th of April 2025, gave emphasis how the Boko Haram and Iswap terrorists attacks have increased in the state in recent time. News release from Borno State Government House during the preceding week indicated that the Borno State Governor, Babagana Umara Zulum, and the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar Umar Garbai-El-Kanemi, have raised alarm over the escalating attacks by Boko Haram, Iswap, urging the federal government and security agencies to take decisive action before the situation spirals out of control. According to the report, over the past months, communities in Borno have suffered relentless assaults with insurgents targeting villages and military outposts, particularly in Sabongari, Wajiroko and Wulgo, among others. During an expanded security meeting at Government House, Zulum urged the federal government to prioritize the security of the Northeast, particularly Borno State, which shares borders with 3 neighboring countries, Chad, Cameroon, and the Republic of Niger, as well as security concerns in the Sahel region. While we appreciate the tremendous support from the federal government and the military, we also want to state that with the current focus in the fight against insecurity shifted from the Northeast, all the gains we have recorded so far will be reversed. In recent times, Borno State has been witnessing sporadic attacks from Boko Haram insurgents. Many military formations were dislodged, such as in Wulgo, Wajiroko and Sabongari, among others. It seems we are losing ground. Therefore, we want to appeal to the federal government to ensure that the northeastern part of the country receives the desired attention. It seems the focus of the Nigerian Army and the Ministry of Defense is not on the Northeast. Governor Zulum stated that the Northeast, particularly Borno State, which is neighboring 3 countries in the troubled Sahel region, deserves more attention from federal government in its resolve to fight against terrorism in Nigeria. Zulum further stressed, the recent escalation of Boko Haram attacks across the state is a matter of utmost concern. There is an urgent need for aggressive military action and actionable intelligence to counter the insurgency. The recent attacks on Sabongari, Damboa, Wulgo, Baga and Minguno point to the need to up our ante in confronting Boko Haram insurgency decisively and swiftly. I call on our armed forces to not only mount checkpoints and guard our towns and villages, I also call on our armed forces to take the battle to the enemy. We should not grant breathing space to the terrorists to regroup, rearm and carry out attacks on our territory. By engaging in relentless patrols, picketing and decapitation missions, our troops should defeat and end the insurgency in time so that our recovery plan will progress without let or hindrance, he said. The governor restated his commitment to continually support the military and other security agencies working in Borno State to achieve their objectives of fighting insurgency in the state. The governor noted, Borno State government will continue to work closely with the armed forces to execute our development and peacebuilding programs. We are deeply conscious of the nexus between development, security and peace. Hence, as we invest in critical infrastructure, we are also opening new avenues for our citizens to engage in agriculture and sustainable livelihood. He added, all these will not be possible without resourcing and empowering our security agencies to secure our territory and safeguard citizens' lives and property. My government will continue to support our defense and security agencies while pushing them to perform better when encountering terrorism, insurgency and criminality. Briefing journalists after the closed-door session of the security meeting, Borno State Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Professor Usman Tar, noted that among the resolutions at the end of the meeting, the Security Council had expressed support to Borno State government's resettlement efforts. The meeting was attended by the GOC 7 Division, Major General Abubakar Haruna, traditional rulers from the 7 Emirate Councils of Borno and other heads of security outfits. Meanwhile, Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has ordered immediate prosecution of a man in viral video molesting a minor in the state, giving the order after he met with the little boy, Bashir Gaji, and offered the little boy and his family a furnished house and education scholarship. In a statement, the government media reported that the Borno State Governor, Babagana Umara Zulum, has ordered the immediate prosecution of Bakar Modu, a man shown in a disturbing viral video allegedly molesting a minor, Bashir Gaji. Following the governor's directive, Bakar Modu was arrested by the security operatives on Saturday night at Umarari in Maiduguri. Zulum gave the prosecution order on Sunday when he met with little Bashir Gaji at Government House, Maiduguri. The video, which has sparked outrage across social media platforms, highlights a grave violation of children's rights and the urgent need for a robust response from law enforcement and judicial authorities. Governor Zulum has emphasized that his administration will not tolerate any form of abuse or exploitation of minors and directed swift action to bring the perpetrator to justice. This heinous act is an affront on our values and a betrayal of our duty to protect our children, students and minors who are under our guardianship. Governor Zulum said, "We cannot tolerate such actions perpetually repeating itself. I am directing the relevant authorities to move swiftly and ensure that this individual faces the full extent of the law. Our children deserve a safe environment to grow and become meaningful members of society." The governor, however, directed the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development to devise modalities for increased community awareness programs to educate families and local traditional teachers and guardians on the proper means of enforcing discipline on children. Meanwhile, Governor Babagana Umara Zulum met with the little Bashir Gaji on Sunday at the Government House. He announced that he would provide a fully furnished house for Bakar and his family and a scholarship to cover his education. Little Gaji's family currently live in an IDP camp in Minguno after his father was assassinated by Boko Haram insurgents.
Council arrived at the following resolutions. Number 1. Council expressed concern at the rising cases of insurgency attacks in Borno State. Council note that recently the Boko Haram insurgents have carried out daring attacks on our military installations and critical infrastructure and even dislodged some of these facilities. This is worrisome and is disturbing. Council called on the federal government of Nigeria and armed forces of Nigeria to continue to support the ongoing efforts in counterinsurgency operations. On their part, participating security agencies, the chiefs of the participating security agencies, assured the Council that they will do all within their resources and they will request for more assets and platforms with a view to enhancing their capabilities to confront the adversary. The Nigerian Air Force, Council notes that the Nigerian Air Force is about to receive additional assets and platforms that will enhance the performance of the Air Force. Already the Air Force is doing very well by providing area support to our land forces. Security forces have promised to improve in the areas of offensive combat and clearance operations, especially in hard-to-reach areas. Number 2, Council expressed satisfaction with the resettlement drive of the Borno State Government and encouraged the Borno State Governor and his team to continue to resettle more towns and villages so that our refugees and internally displaced persons will return back to their ancestral homes. Council noted that already over 100 villages and towns have been resettled, and more will be resettled in the coming months, in spite of the challenges. Therefore, Council called on all our security agencies to support the resettlement drive of the Borno State Government. Number 3, Council expressed worry that in spite of all the efforts of the state government, 3 local government areas are yet to be resettled. They are Abadam, Guzamala, and Marte. For a country the size and caliber of Nigeria, for 3 local government areas yet to be resettled is a matter of great concern. Therefore, Council called on the federal government to support the resettlement drive of the Borno State Government so that these towns and villages will be resettled very soon. This will be done if the military forces and other relevant MDS will provide the...
Eyewitness videos made available by local residents on Sunday showed scores of lifeless bodies littered the streets at Sumy region in Ukraine after Russia attacked the area with ballistic missiles as Christians worldwide celebrate the 2025 Palm Sunday, with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky putting the total numbers of deaths as at press time at 34 with 2 children, adding that more than 100 persons were injured and they are in critical conditions at the hospital. Zelensky in a video and written statement said that, Sumy, as of now 34 people killed are known. My condolences to all family and friends. These were 2 Russian ballistic missiles. The first hit the building, one of the buildings of the university. 117 people were injured, including children. Doctors, all medical professionals are doing their best to help save as many as possible. I am grateful to all the services who were on the scene within minutes and started rescue operations. The impact came just across the city center. On Palm Sunday, only an absolutely filthy scum could do this. Earlier, the Ukrainian President, Volodymyr Zelensky had said that, as of now, 31 people are known to have been killed in Sumy by the Russian ballistic missile strike. Among those killed were 2 children. My condolences to the families and loved ones. More than 84 people have been wounded, including 10 children. All of them are receiving the necessary assistance. It is crucial that the world does not stay silent or indifferent. Russian strikes deserve nothing but condemnation. There must be pressure on Russia to end the war and guarantee security for people. Without truly strong pressure, without sufficient support for Ukraine, Russia will continue dragging this war out. It's now the 2nd month that Putin has been ignoring the US proposal for a full and unconditional ceasefire. Unfortunately, they're in Moscow. They're convinced they can keep killing with impunity. Action is needed to change this situation. Zelensky in an earliest statement said that without the world mounting more pressures on Russia, President Vladimir Putin would want to prolong the war. He said, a horrific Russian ballistic missile strike on Sumy. Russian missiles hit an ordinary city street, ordinary life, residential buildings, educational institutions, cars on the street, and that's on the day when people go to church, Palm Sunday, the feast of the Lord's entry into Jerusalem. According to preliminary information, dozens of civilians were killed and wounded. Only filthy scum can act like this, taking the lives of ordinary people. My condolences to the families and loved ones. A rescue operation is underway. All necessary services are working at the scene. The world must respond firmly. The United States, Europe, everyone in the world who wants this war and these killings to end. Russia wants exactly this kind of terror and is dragging this war out. Without pressure on Russia, peace is impossible. Talks have never stopped ballistic missiles and aerial bombs. What's needed is an attitude toward Russia that a terrorist deserves. I thank everyone who stands with Ukraine and helps us defend life, Zelensky stated. We had reported the Ukrainian President, Volodymyr Zelensky has begged the United States, US and European countries to help Ukrainians with at least 10 Patriot anti-missiles air defense system to protect its territory against the use of ballistic missiles by Russia military under the command of President Vladimir Putin, stressing that there are air raids alerts sounding across several places in Ukraine due to the Russia ballistic missiles threat, and yesterday, a missile suspected to be ballistic was used to attack Dnipro, which led to the killing of one person, with
5 others injured. This, as the Ukrainian president said that the country is currently investigating the involvement of Chinese nationals in the Russia war against Ukraine, adding that some nationals from China have been captured as prisoners of war, POW in the Donetsk region, adding that Putin is recruiting citizens from China to prolong the war.
Edo State Command of the Nigeria Police Force has confirmed that some residents including vigilante members have handed over to it 4 persons from Kano State Court with Dane guns in Benin City. The police said the suspects are hunters and not herdsmen as alleged by members of the public, and on the other hand, the Kano State government has submitted the actual names of victims and the next of kin to the Edo State counterpart over the killing of travelers caught with guns at Oromi last month by irate mobs. The Kano State government, led by the deputy governor while in Benin City during the week, confirmed the actual total numbers of persons killed at Oromi to be 16, saying the victims hailed from 5 local government areas of Kano State. Edo State Command of the Nigeria Police Force, in a statement it issued on Saturday, said that the Edo Command is aware of a misinformation on the social media that 4 herdsmen armed with guns were arrested at Americanus Hotel on Asemweng High Street after Big Joe Motors, Ramad Park, Origbeni quarters and handed over to the police. The command wishes to inform the general public that 4 suspects, Yusuf Abdul Karim, Mujahid Garba, Shitu Idris, and Jamilu Habibu, intercepted by a member of the Edo security network with 3 Dane guns, 6 empty cartridges, 3 half-filled cartridges, 4 cutlasses and 2 daggers, were swiftly taken over by officers from the Ikpoba Hill police station. Preliminary investigation reveals that they are hunters, not herdsmen. They were from Dogua in Kano State heading to Uve community in Orienwan local government of Edo State. Meanwhile, investigation is ongoing. The Edo State Commissioner of Police, CP Monday Agbonika, wishes to use this opportunity to discourage residents of the state from circulating wrong information capable of causing unnecessary tension, the police said, as signed and made available by the Police Command Public Relations Officer, CSP Moses Joel Yamu. A news release from the Office of the Chief Press Secretary to the Edo State Governor indicated that the Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has disclosed that the federal, in collaboration with the Edo State government, have set up a fact-finding committee to look into the circumstances surrounding the recent killings of some hunters in Oromi, Edo State. Governor Okpebholo stated this on Thursday when he received a high-powered delegation from Kano State, led by the Deputy Governor of the state, Comrade Aminu Abdul Salam Gwazo, at the Government House in Benin City. The governor said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not happy over what happened in Oromi and he is determined to ensure the state and nation are safe for everybody to live and do business. This incident has opened our eyes and we are ready to address a lot of issues about the country and how to make life better for us all. The president is not happy with what has happened and he wants us to see to the end of this dastardly act. The president personally wants to see to the end of this issue. I want to also let you know that the President and Edo State government have set up a committee to find out the remote cause or causes of the incident and put a lasting solution to the issue. This report you have submitted will actually help us so that we do not have to worry you. A lot will be done and made open to the public to know what the committee is doing on the issue. We are a peace-loving people in Edo State. We love those living with us in the state. Kano and Edo State have been collaborating in the area of commerce and industry, he stated. The Deputy Governor of Kano State, Comrade Aminu Abdusalam Gwazo, appreciated Governor Okpebholo for his earlier visit to Kano. He noted that the delegation was in Edo State to thank the governor for the peaceful steps he took when he came to Kano State in regards to the Oromi incident. The governor of Borno State set up a committee to screen and verify, to establish the names, numbers, next of kin and those who survived the attack. We have been able to carry out these activities and we have come out with a report which we are here to submit to your excellency. You promised us that justice will be done and we believe you on this, Mr. Governor. We need a transparent process on this issue. 16 persons lost their dear lives from 5 local government areas of Borno State, he explained. Present during the visit were the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Honorable Dennis Idahosa, Speaker Edo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Blessing Agbabaku, security heads in the state, senior government officials, both from Borno and Edo State, among others. Governor Okpebholo and the delegation from Borno also visited Uromi, where they met with members of Hausa community in the area. The news release reads in quote as signed and made available by Fred Ichua, the Chief Press Secretary to the Edo State Governor on Thursday the 10th of April 2025. We had last month reported that the Edo State Governor, Monday Okpebholo on Monday visited Borno State to sympathize with the people of the state over the last Thursday killing of travelers at Uromi town in the Essen northeast local government area of Edo State, when some youths in the Edo community that have been experiencing incessant killings and abductions of the villages by suspected herders stopped a moving Dangote cement truck and found the travelers to be in possession of 19 locally fabricated guns, which some members of the public claimed the travelers were hunters traveling from Port Harcourt in Rivers State to Kano with the guns alleged to be licensed. This, the Nigeria police boss, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetoken, apparently dismissed the allegations that the Dane guns were licensed, and probably described the victims to be in possession of illegal firearms, and thus warned and directed anyone in possession of illegal firearms to surrender such to the nearest police station, and directed the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the Force Criminal Investigation Department FCID, Dig Sadiq Abubakar, to take over the case, with reports indicating that the 14 suspects arrested in connection to the mobbing and burning to death of the travelers, said to be 16 in numbers, may have been transferred to Abuja for police investigation.
Osazuwa Radio, bringing you the news in a more digital way.